Hello, welcome to another week of Jupiter Thursday's Day of Expansion. And if you're new here, every day of the week has its own specific energy, and Thursdays is ruled by Jupiter, the planet of expansion, of higher knowledge, of learning, of spirituality. So I love Thursdays because it's always been a marker for the weekend. But I just thought, last year I kicked this off to really bring in different kinds of thoughts and different kinds of ideas onto Instagram. So this week I really wanted to talk about this new moon coming up and give you a little flavor of the kinds of things we talk about in these moon circles, because we talk about the moon phases, but also the cosmic energies and how to use these energies to your benefit, because that is, I would say, 99% of the equation is your own willingness to take action, your own willingness to see things differently, your own willingness for your own growth, and your own willingness to take ownership of your own life. The energy is going to be there regardless of your awareness of it or not. It's when you activate yourself and actually do something about it that is the difference. I really wanted to share what's happening this week in conjunction with what I feel like I talk about all the time, maybe just said in different ways. But first, I wanted to bring in this quote by my personal energy hero, Nikola Tesla. If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. And he has one of these theories, the 369 theory, that you can really solve anything in the universe by understanding the 369 rule. And I highly recommend you research that further because I don't have enough time to talk about that here. But basically, everything in this universe, everything in our physical reality is also energy, frequency, and vibration. And at the subatomic level, everything is just space. So scientists are finally proving what yogis and mystics and these Eastern and old philosophies around the world have been saying this entire time, is that what you actually see, like me in my physical form, I'm just made up of a lot of energy just close together. So when we know that, then we understand that we can move energy through the power of our thoughts, our intention, and even our emotions. And I really believe that we get so caught up in the physical reality of what we see, but there is so much of the electromagnetic spectrum that we don't see. And that's why this work is spiritual, and that's why this work is energetic, and why it requires trust and faith, that there is more happening behind the scenes of what you can't see than what you do see, if you're getting my drift. So our work and everything that I teach and everything that I say is basically saying the same thing. And basically what every other teacher of energy talks about is the things that you want in life is basically you have to align yourself to that vibration, that frequency, that everything vibrates. I vibrate in my own frequency, and so do you. And I heard this so many times through The Secret, through the Law of Attraction, and these manifestation coaches, but I didn't quite understand because, and it would be so easy, right? If it was that simple, then we would all have everything that we've ever wanted. But the difference is that according to A Course in Miracles and according to, I know in Zen Buddhism, which I'm learning more about now, I'm not proficient in that study, that to have and to be are the same thing according to spirit. So when you activate that in, wanting and needing to have something, it is activating at the same time within you something that you don't have, and that is you're experiencing some kind of lack. Where now my understanding is when you have a point of attraction, it's tricking your subconscious mind and your unconscious mind as well, that you already are that thing, that you already are that person that you want to be. And that's why I believe in the power of quantum physics and energy and shifting your reality based on the perception that you want to focus your attention on. Because where your focus goes, energy flows. Like I can quote so many teachers and so many motivational speakers that are basically all saying the same thing. So what finally hit me and what finally gave me that aha moment was, this is a very easy example to understand if you live during this time, and I'm definitely going to age myself, even though this wasn't that long ago. But do you remember when we had radios and we had to tune the dial? So in New York, most of us listened to 100.3, and we had to tune the dial to get onto that frequency. And if you missed like a 0.1, you'd be on a completely different channel than 100.3. So energy works the same way. If you want to get onto the channel, onto the frequency of the version of yourself that you want to be on, you have to tune your energy to that frequency. And you tune into that frequency by just being that. Just being. Having and being is the same thing. So again, this goes back to so many religious and spiritual texts of, if you want money, give money. If you want love, be love, give love. If you want abundance, you have to be abundance. You have to be that abundant being, because if you feel some kind of lack, then you're vibrating at the frequency of lack. So then why would anything match to where you are? And the aha moment that I had was that in order for you to have the things and to manifest the things, and manifest is a word that I don't like using when I do this work, because manifest triggers within me a needing of getting something. But if you can somehow trick your mind, your subconscious mind, into thinking that you already have it and that you already are it, then it's just going to become attracted to you. Like attracts like, the law of attraction. And I have a whole video and podcast episode of the 12 universal laws, and how the law of attraction is just one aspect of this whole work. There's the law of vibration, there's a law of reciprocity, and all of these other things that I won't get into here. But if I truly, truly want to be an abundant being, if I want to be a loving being, I just have to do that now. I have to do that now. I have to be that now. I have to embody that energy now, regardless of what's happening in my external environment. And that's kind of a hard pill to swallow on so many levels. But the number one reason why I think a lot of people don't want to admit these things and to take ownership is because then the responsibility is on you, and you have to take full ownership of your own life and the reality that you see outside of you, and that it really is like you have to take responsibility of your reality. And a lot of people don't want to do that because a lot of people don't want to look within. And I'm generalizing because I'm just generalizing from my own experience that when you reflect the mirror back to you, it's not as fun. So that is why, because we are so distracted with our physical eyes and we see what's around us, we need things like affirmations. We need things like mantras and rituals and songs even, and practices like cacao and yoga and all of these things to remind us inherently of who we are, that inherently who we are emanations of spirit, emanations of God, Goddess, Creator, Life Force energy, and that we are truly prosperous in our being. But we forget that because we're also human and we are identified with our ego, and not just the psychological ego, but the part of us that is afraid, the part of us that feels like we're on an island by ourselves and everyone's out to get us. So that's why the power of these rituals, the power of these affirmations, which I fully subscribe to, I do them all day, every day, and why I've gone from just meditating 2 hours a day in the morning to doing a shorter meditation throughout the day, because what I was noticing was I would do this long meditation in the morning, and then by like 3 o'clock I would forget and go into all my ego identified reality and start freaking out. So what I've been doing is doing shorter, like 5-minute meditations throughout the entire day, and remembering, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, I'm whole. Oh yeah, I have everything already I need. Oh yeah, okay, I'm love, I'm abundance. And how my physical reality has shifted is 100% reliant on my beliefs, my perspectives, and also what I choose to give to the world. So I create a lot of content for free. And I believe that is my dharma, that is my path, that is my purpose. But I do that because, and not doing this to expect anything back, but that is my path that I chose, and that I feel there shouldn't be certain paywalls to get wisdom and knowledge if it's going to help people. Obviously within reason, like if you want to go deeper, I have different levels of exchange, but what I find is that the more I give for free, the more knowledge I share, the more that is reciprocated back. And that is just a law of the universe. But I've just seen it time and time again. I'll wake up and some beautiful soul from across the world will send me money and say, keep going, you're doing great. Thank you for sharing your knowledge, and things that you would never expect. The most amazing things have come out of me just sharing my knowledge for free. And again, this doesn't mean that you do everything for free. I'm just giving you an example of how the laws of the universe works. Anyway, I go over all of this on my last podcast episode, episode 120, the 12 universal laws, and how the law of attraction really isn't just the full story. So I say all of this because this new moon that's happening on Saturday is super juicy. The sun, the moon, and Venus and Neptune are all going to be together in Pisces, and Pisces is such a spiritual sign. It really, to me, feels like going into the depths of the ocean, which is limitless. Water, I mean, we can get into this whole talk about water consciousness and how water is like, first of all, we're made 75% of water, and so is this earth. And really tapping into your visions and your imagination. And it's a dark moon, so it's not that you're crafting a plan, but that you're planting the seeds in the dark, knowing and trusting that the steps are going to be laid out for you in alignment with you having full trust in your path. So this is kind of the flavor of the moon circles. We get into the energies, the cosmic energies. I talk a little bit about divination and tarot and psychology. And then we all talk about how that applies to our own lives and how we can use these energies to best benefit us. Because I'm telling you now, this new moon is super fertile. You don't want to miss out on this opportunity. And also we have a new moon prosperity 90-minute workshop with a previous guest on my podcast, Roberta Romero, and we're going to do some Kundalini yoga, quantum physics, a bunch of other cool shit that I won't give away. But anyway, I hope that you create some vision boards, paint, go into the dreaminess of your life. And I'm really feeling this energy. I said this on my podcast recently that I'm feeling this Venus and Pisces energy strongly. It's gotten me to dress up and look pretty. So I hope nothing for you but blessings, abundance, wealth, and health. Bye.